Namaste and welcome to the channel Food Trivia by Anuradha, and this is dietitian Anuradha. We are going to talk about a very interesting subject or topic today, which is the bane or woes of so many people across the length and the breadth of the globe. And this is none other than the weight loss or the fat loss. Yes, I mean there are, I think, millions and zillions of articles and videos and everything which discusses about the weight and the fat loss. So today what I am going to talk about this weight and the fat loss is the 5 methods which you can use during this winter season which helps you for better weight loss, and all these 5 points are other than diet. Yes, so you are or you must be hearing a lot about what kind of a diet you can take during this winter season which would help you for better weight or the fat loss. And also whenever I am discussing any kind of particular food, I also give you a tip if that particular food is really helpful in losing weight or fat. But today I am going to discuss 5 methods, five methods which are actually you are doing during the winter season or would enjoy during the winter season, which might have their ancient roots or the knowledge embedded in the ancient practices which would help you to lose weight or the fat, and you would really enjoy these 5 tips as well, particularly during the winter. And these 5 tips are not diet. Yes, so stay tuned because you are in for a surprise. Bye bye. Weight loss, fat loss, oh my god, how I would do it during the winter season. I feel so lethargic, I feel so sleepy, I feel don't like doing any kind of an exercise. I indulge in so many fatty, sweet food due to so many social commitments. It could be parties, it could be picnics, it could be vacations, it could be excursions, it could be weddings, it could be anything and everything under the sun. So here comes our tip number 1. So our first tip is something which is very related to the winters and the sun. Yes, so vitamin D or D3, the active component of vitamin D, really helps to strengthen our bones, our muscles, our bone density, keep our joints well oiled, keep us fit for doing any kind of a physical activity, and it is very necessary also for better hormones, their flow, their production in our body, and few of these hormones are related to the fat and the weight loss. Yes, so basically vitamin D and fat and weight loss are interconnected. Nowadays so many of the Indians are detected with the vitamin D deficiency, so it is highly recommendable that during the winter season, when actually we really love to sit outdoors under the sun, at least in that scenario or in this season, basically you should try to have sunlight as much as possible. This sunlight should be fallen on your skin, and if possible don't try to apply any kind of a sunscreen, particularly when you are taking this sunlight. You can have it in the early morning hours, but since many parts of the northern India don't have that much of a strength in sunlight during early morning hours, so there is no sunlight basically during the early morning hours, then you can also go during the afternoon because sun is not that harsh during the winter season. That's a plus point. So this is the tip number 1, to have adequate amount of sunlight during this season, because we can really enjoy sun during this season only. You can also plan a lot of picnics, excursions, trekking, walks under the sun, so that you can have sunlight and you can have enjoyment and you can have your physical activity as well, all covered only in the one single package. So the tip number 1, have sun. Of course you enjoy sun during the winter season, so please have sun. That is tip number 1. Second tip, since age old practices, we have this tradition of applying oil during the winter season. Most of the people apply oil either at night or just before taking their bath. Okay. So one of the reasons for applying any kind of oil, it could be mustard oil, it could be cooking oil, it could be coconut oil, it could be nowadays even olive oil. So any kind of oil for that matter has played a lot of roles, and there are actually not one reason, many reasons for applying it during the winter. One of the paramount reason which we can really think of is to provide a moisture to our really dry and parched skin of the winters. So it's an excellent moisturizer, it retains moisture. So of course, and particularly when we are taking bath in warm or hot water, so it is very necessary to lock that moisture basically. Apart from that, it's also the season, like winter is also the season of joints pain and aches really. So applying oil on the joints, on like the joints of the legs, like knee and ankle, or even in hand for that matter, really externally provides some kind of a lubrication to your joint for their better movement, for their better mobility, and for reducing that pain or inflammation if there is any. So that is also the second thing. The third benefit, and which I would love to discuss over here and would try to connect it with the fat or the weight loss, is that if you go for a full body massage or like kind of a malish, so there are certain lymphatic drainage points in whole body, and if you press and really massage your body in that particular direction where the drainage is happening, or on the lymphatic nodes, you also mobilize the fat by giving external pressure. So in Ayurveda, it has a lot of science, and that's why in Ayurveda also we see a lot of massages related to specific diseases. But in general, even at home, if you are not visiting any Ayurvedic center, if you take that kind of a massage with the oil during the winter season, it would provide you moisture, it would make your skin supple, it would make your skin healthy, it would give relief to your joint pains, aches, or it would prevent if you don't have any kind of a joint pain, and it would help you to lose weight and the fat. So just apply that oil. It's a kind of a stroking as well with the oil. So that goes in our tradition as well, and there is a reason for it. So go for tip number 2 for the oil massage. Now tip number 3, as I have said, apart from seasons of aches and pain, winter is also the season of seasonal flu, cold, cough and everything. Now during the corona Kal, we had really learnt it that how doing breathing exercises really help us to boost our immunity, keep our lung or the whole respiratory system basically healthy and robust. But apart from that, do you know that breathing correctly or doing any kind of a breathing exercises, which could be pranayam, would also help you to lose weight and fat. Of course, you know it. So many of yoga teachers tell that pranayam helps in losing weight and fat. Now, what is the tip over here which I am going to give you regarding breathing? I am going to tell you that just before you start your meal, just have a deep breathe. I'm not saying do any kind of a pranayam. You might be sitting in an office. It's not really possible or practical to sit cross-legged and do all those anulom vilom and or kapal bhati or anything. I'm just telling you to close your eyes and take 2-3 deep breaths. That will help to decrease the acidity of your entire body. It would help you to oxygenate your cells, and it would help you to digest and absorb the food better which you are going to eat now. So just before your meals you have to take deep breaths. Some people also report that they feel that their intake has decreased after taking these kinds of deep breaths. So that's a very subjective thing and I wouldn't try to generalize it. But yes, taking deep breaths really help you to digest and absorb food better because your cells, your system is getting oxygenated. So that is the tip number 3, that breathe deeply before eating meals. So that would also help you to robust your immunity system, to robust your respiratory system. It's highly recommendable to do it during the winters, especially when there are certain parts of India where there is, the pollution level goes very high. So also in that scenario, breathing exercises really help. So it's kind of all round benefits. With sunlight, you feel really chilly and cold. So having sunlight really helps also in losing weight and fat. Then doing any kind of a malish or a massage really helps you to combat that dry parched skin and your pain and aches, and also helps in weight or fat loss. And third is the deep breathing, which helps you to robust your immunity, your respiratory system, very much mandatory during the winter season. Also helps in better absorption and better digestion of your food, which would help you to lose weight. So these are the 3 tips. Now what's the 4th tip? One of the things which we really feel very much during the winter season, and one of the major reasons for missing out workouts, is sleep. We feel very sleepy during the winter season. So having proper sleeps is very, very essential for fat loss, because there are certain hormones which releases during your sleep time and helps to detoxify your liver, helps to mobilize your fat and really help you in losing weight. But most importantly, these hormones releases as the sun sets. As the sun sets and goes down and the night progresses, the hormone level starts increasing. What you need to do is to first sleep at a time, go for early sleep. No OTT watching during nights, no any kind of an activity which keeps you awake for longer period of time. Basically go early for sleep, 10:30, 11, at max 11. At least during the winter season you try to sleep. Anyways, you are feeling sleepy, so if you sleep early you will get up early, and maybe you might not be missing out that workout which you anyways are missing just because you're sleeping and you're feeling too lazy to get up during the winter mornings specifically. So sleep early, because melatonin is going to help you in losing that fat. Melatonin only releases from sunset to sunrise. So, so night sleep is very, very important. Your muscles also repair themselves during the night sleep. So to take that night sleep. And anyways, one feels very, very sleepy during the winters, so it's good to just cover up yourself in the blanket or any kind of a rajai and just have a warm glass of milk with haldi and just go to a sleep. So that's the tip number 4, to sleep early so that you can have a fat loss, weight loss. Your body gets a time to restore, to detoxify and to mobilize the fat, and you have a glowy skin, better hairs, and most importantly better health and better fitness levels. So that's the tip number 4. What's the tip number 5? Tip number 5 is the one beverage which you love to drink during winter season, and that one beverage is chai. Yes, your cup of tea. Oh wow. Your cup of tea is very important for you, and I don't know how many cups of tea you might be having throughout the day because weather is very chilly. But I would suggest you that if you are really a tea lover, so apart from your morning and evening tea, which are really very fundamental kinds of tea, if you are having in between teas, try to have a tea without milk, preferably without sugar, but with honey, because honey is antiseptic, so it would soothe your throat. It would help you to combat any kind of a throat infection if it is about to happen. Also, you can put out some very interesting spices, specifically if you are at home and if you are preparing that tea. It could be tulsi ke beej, it could be cinnamon or dalchini, it could be peppercorns, kali mirch, and it could be lemongrass. So you can put all these things along with your tea cup powder and just simmer it well and sieve it, and when it becomes a little lukewarm, put a dash of honey into it, mix it and have it. So having these kinds of hot beverages along with the spices which are known for increasing your metabolic rate, this would help you for your weight loss and fat loss. So not only you will get a lot of heat, but you will also would robust your immunity and would help in fat loss and weight loss. So please go for it. So these are the 5 tips. Just let me know how do you like these 5 tips, and if you have any kind of question, please do tell me. Please do write, comment, like, share and subscribe to my channel.